award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from Trenton, Tennessee, Worthy Road Studios and BallGame Blitz Sports Network proudly present USJ Bruins football. Yeah, it's that time of year again, and tonight it's the season opener as the Bruins take on Peabody High on the road. Hello again, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly, back again behind the mic for Bruins football. And it is that night in the year where everybody just has the great feeling because we're about to see these guys who have been hitting each other in practice. They had a little opportunity at the Jamboree last week, but now they get to hit somebody for real because it all counts. Last year, 1 year ago tonight at USJ, the Bruins launched the head coaching era of Derek Pritchard with a one-touchdown victory at Carlock Stadium. Now, the Bruins will be led at quarterback by the veteran senior Corbin Howard, but you'll also probably see some action from talented sophomore Caden Creech. And, of course, you can't mention USJ without the veteran workhorse running back Noah Spencer, who was last week's WBBJ Player of the Week after his performance in the preseason Jamboree at Milan. Now, last season, Noah had 2 games with more than 200 yards rushing, but he can do it on defense as well, as he pulled off a couple of interceptions on defense last year. Speaking of defense, the Bruins have a lot of experience with Wallace Driver and Alex Wallace in the defensive backfield, and Mills Terry, the senior, carrying the load at outside linebacker, and senior Miles Horton at inside linebacker. You're going to see a lot of guys play tonight because this is a chance now to really try to build some depth on this Bruin team, and they have some experience, but they also have some younger players that they hope to get into the lineup more and more this season. Now, Coach Pritchard runs a lot of spread offense that gives Howard a number of run-pass options that are dialed up by the offensive coordinator, Bo Wallace. On defense, the Bruins, as we mentioned, have an experienced group with Driver and Wallace, but the big key will be how much of a pass rush that they will put on to the Golden Tide tonight. Now, USJ will be giving up some size on the offensive line, but the Bruins will depend on quickness to overcome the size advantage for Peabody. Coach Shane Jacobs runs the wing T that emphasizes the run, and quarterback Jonah Smith and running back Jaden Jennings will be giving the Golden Tide the experience on offense. And you also have defensive ends Matthew Comer and Garrison Brown providing a lot of experience for Peabody. Defensive tackle Chandler Milan will attempt to stuff plays up the middle. But as we say, the preseason camps and jamborees are now over, and it's time for the hitting to begin for real. And I hope you're going to enjoy being with us here on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Network, as well as on the USJ website and Facebook page. I hope you enjoy that all season long, because tonight is where another football field of dreams begin for both USJ and Peabody. Now, our temperature tonight, and the one thing that is good about it this year compared to where we were last year, when we were at the opening game last year, we were looking at temperatures in the mid-90s, and it was scorching out there. Now, we are at 92 degrees at this point here at Walter Kilser Stadium. We are in the low 90s, and the heat index is 96. But one thing that is mitigating that a bit is that we do have a north wind that is blowing at about 10 to 12 miles an hour, so just enough of that breeze is making it at least tolerable out here. So I don't think you're going to have any serious problems with players getting any kind of heat exhaustion or anything. And the other factor is, now that we are in late August, we're at a point where sunset is now coming earlier, and it's coming right at about the 7:30 point. So where the trees are located flanking the stadium here, you're going to see that sun actually disappear out of sight probably around 7:20, and that'll make it a little bit better here at the stadium as far as players with that ground temperature, because that can be even worse than what you have here. But I think it is not going to be nearly as rough as it was in the Jamboree and the 2 games last year that opened the season. Tonight it's going to be, I think, reasonable, and it's the kind of heat you would expect in August, but not intolerable. Now, next Friday night, if you look at what the 7-day forecast is ahead, that could be a different story, because we got a couple of days next week on Tuesday and Wednesday that the temperatures are expected to get up to 100. I'm not talking about the heat index. I'm talking about the actual air temperature, about 100. And next Friday night, just looking at it, and of course all of that could change between now and then, but next Friday night we are looking at a high of about 97 for the day, and it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of mid-90s at kickoff time next week when USJ takes on Union City. But nonetheless, you are seeing the Peabody Band of Gold beginning to come onto the field as we get ready to start. And so we are about set to see how toe meets leather to kick off the 2024 season. And we will have all of the USJ action right here on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. But right now, let's do something that is always great for us, because without these people, we would have no telecast for you here on our streaming network, and that is our great sponsors. And I want to say once again before we go to their messages, let me ask you, be sure and go by, or at least send them an email, a text, whatever, and tell our sponsors exactly how much you appreciate them bringing us USJ football all during the season. So let's go visit with some of our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the opening kickoff for the 2024 season.
Perkins Restaurant and Bakery on Van Drive has been part of Jackson and Madison County for more than 25 years. We're more than a restaurant. We love our guests as family, and we enjoy getting to know you personally. Come anytime for our $5 breakfast deals. Buy 3 muffins and get 3 free from the bakery. Our Wednesday specials, or all-you-can-eat catfish Friday and Saturday nights. And don't forget, free pie Mondays. Perkins on Van Drive in Jackson.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory. No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, "I'm going to Jackson."
Beauty House Social, Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting this broadcast. Jeremy Little, Shelter Insurance, 189 West University Parkway, Suite A, Jackson. Snyder Equipment, 1311 Lower Brownsville Road, Exit 74 on I-40.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Back we are, Steve Beverly with you here from Walter Kilter Stadium in Trenton, Tennessee, and the Peabody Band of Gold is headed off the field, and we are approximately about 16 minutes away from the opening official kickoff of the 2024 season. Of course, just about every school across the state was involved in exhibition jamborees last week, and jamborees are primarily for the coaches to get a chance to look at all of their talent in simulated game-type situations. It's not necessarily a reflection of how they would do during the course of the season. And so the fans enjoy it because they get to see the players actually on the field for the first time, but the coaches are just looking at how their talent is going to be performing in those kind of game conditions. And in case you just joined us, as I mentioned, our temperature right now here on the field at Trenton is right at 92 degrees. We have a heat index of 96, but it will improve a bit. Just looking to see what our meteorologist Christian Bryson is telling us is that our temperatures will be dropping down to probably, by the time we end this one, somewhere around 9 o'clock tonight, the temperatures will be dropping down to about 83. So it'll be just in the comfort zone for high school football, and actually it'll probably really be fine. And we have had a breeze in here out of the north-northwest at 10 to 12 miles an hour, and Christian tells us that we'll probably feel that off and on during the game tonight. What is really good is the way this stadium is built, nobody is going to be looking directly into the sun as they are going on either end of the field. And we expect the sun to be completely down, or at least behind the trees that border the stadium, probably somewhere around 7:20 tonight. Sunset is expected to be at 7:32. So none of these players are going to be bothered terribly about having to look directly into the sun on passing plays. The other keys about it is that the temperature is overall about 4 to 5 degrees cooler than what we had for the opener last year. I can remember that being an absolute scorcher. I wished I had been there in my shorts instead of the long pants last year in the season opener, which was won at home by USJ against Peabody by a touchdown. And most people here tonight are expecting another close one. And you're talking about two teams that are not in the same region, but they always they put on a show for you when it gets here. And we're still seeing a lot of the local fans that are drifting in here from all across Trenton. And then you've got beginning to see a good representative showing across the way in the visitor section from the USJ fans. Of course, last season the team 6-4 overall and made the playoffs. And it was really a good season overall because of the fact that Coach Pritchard installing a new system, which is not always easy, and beginning to get players to rally around his system. And then you had that great workhorse in the backfield of Noah Spencer. And talk about a couple of games that he had in excess of 200 yards last year, and that's about as good as it gets in high school football. And over for Peabody tonight, of course, they'll be looking at a junior quarterback starting off, Jonah Smith, who has a tremendous amount of talent. He's backed up by a senior, Jerry Donald. And we are looking across the way. The USJ cheerleaders are beginning to flank the entryway for the Bruins, and then at the opposite end, the Peabody Band of Gold awaiting the entrance of the Golden Tide. And this is where you look at it where it starts, and then when we get to the end of October, early November, when we get to playoff time, that's when we start dragging out all of the you start dragging out all of the heavy stuff, the toboggan caps. So this is one of those that you say football is played, particularly high school football, is played in 3 different seasons. You're at late summer, and then you get to fall of the year, which feels like late summer when you started off, and then you get a tug-of-war into winter by the time you get to playoff time. So that's the way it all is. And hello, everybody, for the first time this season. It's good to have you all with us here across our network for USJ Bruins football, and I want to salute our great crew led by our executive producer, Paul Schultze, and, of course, our guys who are up here in the booth with me who always do a tremendous job, Christopher Reasons and the incomparable Billy Boland II. And also remember this, we are being kept up to date tonight by our meteorologist, the official staff meteorologist, Christian Bryson, who's going to keep us up to date all night long on how the temperature potentially could affect these players. So we're glad to have his services here with us tonight. But this is going to be an evening that I think you're going to see probably more passing coming from USJ, and you'll be seeing more of a run-oriented, grinded-out type of game from Peabody. And very much Shane Jacobs likes to play ball control. That's what you'll see there. But if the opportunity presents itself, Derek Pritchard's going to open it up, and Bo Wallace, as the offensive coordinator, you're going to see him call some plays that give the quarterbacks a strong run-pass option. And that's one of the things I know that we're all looking forward to tonight. So it's good to have you all with us. And now we are looking across here, this long tradition field here that we have, and we are just delighted once again to be able to bring you USJ Bruin football along with all of the other tremendous game action that we have all across West Tennessee for this season.
And welcome your 2024 Peabody Golden Tide.
And here comes Peabody getting ready to make their entrance onto the field. And the Golden Tide, of course, as we mentioned, also be looking at a couple of wide receivers in Mikael Wilkes and Jaquan Kinney. Matthew Comer, who plays tight end as well as defensive end. And running back Jaden Jennings. And their kicker is Junior Capitello. And I think both of these teams are going to be playing a lot of folks tonight. And here comes the Golden Tide. They're going to make their parade and carrying the American flag tonight as they greet their fans. And on the opposite side, right down below where the sun is coming in on all of us, that is the Bruins making their first official entry for the 2024 season. And I can tell you, I go back to 1961 when I first got hooked by high school football, and that was a year in which the town I grew up in, Waycross, Georgia, the Bulldogs won their second consecutive state championship in Class AA in Georgia. That team was the highest scoring high school, college, or pro team in America that year. They scored 525 points in 13 games, and they were amazing. And after that, you couldn't give me enough high school football. I know there are many of you at home who can't be here in person tonight, and maybe you've got children, grandchildren, nephews that are out here on this field, maybe some brothers and sisters. And we are so glad that you have tuned in here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network for our season opener between USJ and Peabody. Of course, you come up here to Trenton, and folks here are just so very hospitable, and we appreciate that across the board. And over here across the way, the Bruins are swarmed there underneath their goalpost. And the same thing at the opposite end by the Golden Tide. This is one of those that we always used to say, you start high school football in late August like this, and you love to be out here in person, but you don't want to sit too close to your neighbor up in the stands because that will increase the perspiration, and it's really true. But once the game starts and everybody gets into it, doesn't really matter. Let's mention the assistant coaches for USJ. Of course, the legend himself, Jim Hardigree, Bryce King, Bo Wallace, the offensive coordinator. Of course, Coach Pritchard is the defensive coordinator. Nick Stamper, Alex Gary, Jake Plunk, Boris Weddle, Bryce Carlton, Titus Wilson, Christian Armstrong, and Paul Keller. And the trainer for the Bruins is from Dynamics, Torrey York. And the assistant coaches for Shane Jacobs at Peabody, Jason Driggers, Jay Taylor, Tab Bowell, Paul Hudson, Steve Mathis, Jake Ramsey, Nick Cobb, and R.B. Hodges. And the team doctor for the Golden Tide is Jim Williams. And the trainer is Ross Pope. So we are about 6 minutes away from kickoff, and I think the captains are getting ready to make their way to the middle of the field. And you may be from time to time hearing a significant amount of music in the background with us during the course of the contest tonight, and that is simply because we are broadcasting from the roof of the stadium. And thank goodness we're fenced in here. We're very safe and protected as opposed to some high school rooftops of press boxes where it's a little shaky, but this is really a nice facility here. It always has been. So we await on the captains to make their way, and for Peabody, it'll be Jaquan Kinney, Joshua Jones, and Garrison Brown. And I'm looking across the way. It's going to be Corbin Howard, Ben Melton, Alex Wallace, and let me see if I can check the other one. I believe it's Mills Terry are going to be the four co-captains for the Bruins. And you'll see more seniors in the lineup than you had last year, at least in the starting lineup for the Bruins. And here come the officials to the big P in the center. And we are beginning to see that sun dip lower in the sky, which will make it a lot more balanced for these teams to play. And they have added one more captain out there, and that is senior quarterback Jerry Donald for the Golden Tide. And we'll see who wins the first toss of the coin for the 2024 season. Of course, Worthy Road Studios with multiple cameras following all the action here tonight from Peabody High School. And the official is about to flip the first coin of the season in the air. And we'll await his motion as to who gets the pat on the back and decide whether they will accept. And the Bruins are going to be going, and they're going to swap ends of it. The Bruins are going to be starting out going from your right to left. And it will be Peabody who will receive. And it looks like probably what has happened that USJ has deferred option to the second half. So in the last 20 to 25 years, that's been more of the option that teams have chosen to go with is to defer their option if they win the toss to the second half. And that usually means they want to receive in the second half, get that ball first. So here we go. They're about to smash through. There they go. Here come the Bruins. I'm going to tell you the way the cheerleaders can do those backflips out there. And here comes the Golden Tide at the opposite end. The way those cheerleaders backflip themselves about 20 yards down the field, I think they might want to put them in. And we are just about set to go, about 2 minutes before we have the first toe meeting the leather here to begin the 2024 high school football season in West Tennessee. I'm Steve Beverly, and I'm looking forward to being with you here through the grunt period of late summer and into fall. So Peabody with the ball first, and as we mentioned, they are a ball control type of team. They're very happy if they can hold on to the ball 6, 7, 8 minutes, grind out a drive. And that's not to say that they won't pass, but they're a more ground-oriented team. So it's going to put some challenge on the Bruin defense to begin with. And taking his warm-up tosses is the quarterback, Jonah Smith, right down below us. Jonah is a junior. And they just feel he is really a well-built guy, and they feel very strongly about his talents behind center. And we are about set to go with the first kickoff of the season, and here it is. And that's going to be somewhat of a ground scooter, and he's going to have to scramble down to pick that one up. That's Ed Agnew. And they scramble, and he gets back to about the 22-yard line. So he took that right at about the 8, so it is a 14-yard return.
It'll be 1st and 10 Tide.
Luke Sullivan was in on the tackle, and so 1st and 10 for the Tide, and they will be at their own 22. 78 yards away from the first pay dirt of the season. And the Bruins are going to do everything they can to try to deny them that, as we would say, first blood. And you've got just simply one. It's almost a straight T backfield. And it's a big one right there. Bruins on top of it. Big loss on the play.
Wilkins on the carry. Carry on the tackle for the Bruins. Loss on the play.
Wilkins lost 4 on the play. Billy Wilkins swarmed under and thrown all the way back to the 18-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 14 for the Tide. Again, staying with one, it's a split backfield this time, one man in motion. And the handoff up the middle, got excellent blocking. Didn't get enough for the first down, but he got back most of what he lost earlier. 11-yard gain for Billy Wilkins.
Wilkins on the carry. Wallace on the tackle.
So it's now 3rd down and 4. Made it all the way back out to the 28. So they had some misdirection on that play that somewhat fooled the line for the Bruins. So big 3rd down play here, and they're going to hand it off straight up the middle and nowhere to go. Wilkins once again on the carry, and he lost, I think, another 1, and so it's going to be 4th down. So Wilkins falls back. So it is 4th and 5, and the Golden Tide will be punting. Two-man going deep. Noah Spencer is one of them. And the officials are calling a timeout briefly. and I think got somewhat of an equipment problem, so they're going to send Hudson Rushing off the field, and checking back in is Bradley Stamper.
Elliott in the kick for the Tide.
So it's Elliott coming in to kick for the Tide. Line of scrimmage, the 28, and it is a end-over-end kick, not terribly long. It takes a good Peabody bounce, and it will be down at the 38-yard line, so it's a 34-yard punt. And that's where the Bruins will take it. They're actually going to spot it at about the 33, so make it a 35-yard punt. And the Bruins will take it over for their first offensive series of the season. Barely 2 minutes into the 2024 season, and here come the Bruins. So they've got to mark 67 yards. Boy, I look out there and I see that big Carson Moore. And he could open up some big holes for the guys in the backfield. And again, this is an official's timeout. And they're switching out Alex Wallace. So you got one man in the backfield. Corbin Howard calling the signals and a man in motion. And that one is fumbled, and so he's going to have to carry that one himself and do the best he can, and he's actually going to go 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. He is in the house. 67 yards on a broken play. And we've got a flag back at the 39-yard line. So let's see, there's two flags actually, one at the 39, one at the 24. So let's see what the story is here. What a play on what was really a busted play, a high snap, and Corbin Howard took it all the way, but I think it's going to come back. Flag was tossed at the 39. Oh, what a shame. One at the 24 and one at the 39. So let's see what the official decision is. And it is against... It's against the Tide, and offensive, and it's also, and he ruled it a touchdown. So he called it a touchdown all the way through. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct called as well. There were two flags, both of them, against the Tide. So how about that? 67-yard run for Corbin Howard on the first play of the season. So here comes the extra point attempt, and they struck quickly. Corbin Howard, it looked like that he might be thrown for a loss, and then he just turned on the steam. He had one man out in front of him, and there he went. Ain't the fruitcake good, Olive? And in to kick is Cooper Sykes, the senior. Very dependable kicker last season. And the kick right through the middle. So here we go. What a big play to open it. It's a 67-yard run. Your score, Bruins 7, Peabody nothing. Back after this message.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitzcapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitzcapes, let's build something beautiful.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't know how many high snaps that Derek Pritchard has in his playbook, but if they all end up like that, I hope he has several here tonight. 67 yards as Corbin Howard, he managed to snag what looked like a fumbled high snap and just went around right tackle for 67 yards. Bruins lead it 7-0. And they've done so only 2.5 minutes into the new season. Now they're going to be kicking off from the 25. And the unsportsmanlike conduct was against the Bruins for after the play. So that's why they are kicking off from the 25. So that's going to give great field position as he kicks it off, and it's going to be a scooter that is taken right at the 22. And a swarm of Bruins underneath at the 39. It is a 17-yard return. So they'll start it out at the 39, 61 yards away from a tying touchdown. And that was Tay Cannon on the return. So once again, they're going to have 2 men in the backfield. And this is almost, again, a wing T, power I, whether you want to call it that, or just different kinds of traditional formations. And here goes around right tackle. Good run, pickup of about 7 yards on the play, depending on where they spot it. That was Agnew.
Agnew on the carry for the tie.
And they put it at the 46, so it's a 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 for the Tide. They had good blocking around that right side. And they're trying to go for their first down of the season. And they swap places in the backfield. And he's directly over center, and virtually the same play, and he is inside the 50 for the first down to the 47. So that's a 7-yard pickup. And the first down of the game and the season for the Tide.
Agnew on the carry for the Tide. Spencer on the tackle. That's good enough for a security bank first down.
So 1st and 10 at the 47 for the Tide. Once again, 2 men in the backfield. And you've got the end in motion. It looked like it might have been, and they're going to get him back for a 4-yard loss. It's Kenny, wide receiver, and it looked as though he might be looking for an option pass. Instead, he's thrown for...
Shelton on the tackle.
They're going to spot it at the 49, so it is a 4-yard loss on the play. No surprise that every play so far has been a run. So it's 2nd down and 14 back in their own territory at the 49. And the Bruins have been really swarming under these motion plays. And on that one was Carson Moore as well as Barrett Shelton. But if you looked over in the direction of that play, it looked as though you had about 6 Bruins piling inside and going way over to coming back in the backfield is Noah Spencer. And they're taking a pretty extensive amount of time. 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. They've made a substitution. And the Tide's going to take a timeout. We will as well. 7:11 to go in the first quarter. USJ 7, Peabody nothing.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Second and 14 for the Tide on their own 49. They just recognized the class of 84 having their 40-year anniversary reunion here this weekend at Peabody High School. Now, you do the math and you figure that they're all right around 58 years old, but I can look over where they are seated together, and they look much younger than 58-year-olds used to look. And they're going to hand up the middle, and it's only going to pick up a couple for Billy Wilkins.
Wilkins on the carry for the Tide.
Wilkins, his fourth carry of the game for 8 yards, so he has moved it to the 49. It is 3rd and 12.
It'll be 3rd and about 12 for the Tide.
And checking back in for this important third down play is Chandler Milan. He's a big pulling guard, and you will see them try to do, particularly at the guards on plays that they need to open up, there'll be a lot of pulling on the line. And going around right in, and and that's going to be a horse collar tackle. I have no doubt they're going to call Noah Spencer for that one. He got him for a loss. But they're going to call him, instead of the horse collar, they call him for a face mask. So, unfortunately, what looked like a big play is going to end in a 15-yard penalty, and that takes it all the way down to the 36-yard line.
First down.
That's the second first down of the game, and so Noah had him lined up in the backfield, and it looked like it was going to be another 2-yard loss, but instead it's opened up the door for a threat now because they're inside the 40. Clock ticking with 6:18 to go in the first quarter. Well, when you get a gift first down like that, you try to take advantage of it. 2 men in the backfield once again. They're going to, this time their first pass of the game, and trying to get it open, almost intercepted and almost picked back up on the other side by Kenny. Noah Spencer almost snagged that one, and then Kenny almost picked it up on the carom. So it's just another down on that one, and that's the first pass of the game for either team. So we'll bring it all the way back with 6:02 remaining in the first period, and they are at the 36. Jonah Smith demonstrated a pretty good arm on that play. Got a man in motion. And misdirection play, it was a counter play, and in on that stop very quickly was Noah Britt.
Kenny on the carry, a loss of 4. It'll bring up 3rd and about 14 for the Tide.
So it is a loss of 4.
For USJ.
And that makes it 3rd down and 14 back at the 40. And this is a big defensive play now for the Bruins. Let's see if they try to stack the box on this one. And they change their formation defensively. Looks like they're going to rush 4. And Smith going right up the middle and just can't get it there. Pickup of about 3 on the play for Agnew. He has 17 yards rushing in the game, so that's going to make it 4th down and approximately, they got to get to the 26, so it's 4th and 10. Maybe about 10 and a half.
Shelton on the tackle for USJ, gave him about 4. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Tide.
Barrett Shelton in on the tackle. So they're going to go for it. They figure nothing wasted trying to go for it here on 4th and 10. And here you go, Smith trying to get one and knocked away beautifully. Reaching over the shoulder and knocking it away is Bradley Stamper, and that snuffs out the threat.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be 1st and 10, USJ.
So Stamper with an excellent play going after the ball at the same time as he had a shoulder on him. So as long as you're going after the ball, you're fine. And so the Bruins will take it over on downs at their own 36. So far in the game, the Golden Tide with 17 total yards in the game, and the Bruins have only run one offensive play, and that was the 67-yard run for a touchdown by Corbin Howard. Here come the Bruins back out with 4:28 to go in the first period. And this is an empty backfield, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And now here's Noah Spencer dancing around that backfield. They're going to give it to him, and he's going to go around right tackle. He's open. 50. He's gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hit him up. Move him on. Rawhide. He is in there all the way. And it looks like shades of last year. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Spencer, a 64-yard run. And how about that? 4 minutes, 17 seconds. That one took all of 11 seconds to get them up now what is about to be possibly a 14-0 lead. And here's Cooper Sykes in. And right through the middle.
Sykes' kick is good. Your score, USJ 14.
So,
Peabody,
we have timeout on the field, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Piece of cake. Bruins on top, 14-0.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, I'm going to Jackson.
Well, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns for the Bruins. They're on top 14-0. Cooper Sykes getting ready to kick it off. 2 plays, 131 yards total offense for the Bruins. And here comes the kick. And this one is another spinner that is going right, picked up at the 13-yard line. And the officials have stopped it. Now the question is, did he call for a fair catch before he took it?
There's a flag on the play.
Instead, I think they're bringing it back. It looks like it's going to be a flag, perhaps an offside against the Bruins. The flag is thrown right at the 40. So we're going to re-kick this one from the 35. 30 yards and penalties against the Bruins so far tonight. And the official coming over to pick up his yellow flag, and we will do it again. He put back a 47-yard kick that time, and so Sykes will just rewind the tape and do it again 5 yards further back. And here it goes. This time it's a ground scooter, and it is going to be trouble, and he stepped out of bounds. He had to take a chance on it. Jerry Donald picked it up and went out of bounds on the 21. That's a gamble because if it goes out of bounds, you're going to have another penalty against you. But he went out of bounds and he was literally there, picked it up because he was in grave danger of one of the Bruins coming over and picking it up, the equivalent of an onside kick. So they are going to spot it right at the 21 where his foot went out of bounds. So they're 79 yards away, and it is 1st and 10. Golden Tide. The lights are on here at the stadium, and the sun has finally dipped below the trees over across the street, and so no more shadows here. It is just all going to be under the lights. 2 men in the backfield, and the handoff once again, and that one's going for a loss. They have swarmed him under. Tackle made by Yandel and by Barrett Shelton once again.
Agnew on the carry.
Agnew loses 3.
USJ. Loss of about 3. Be second and about 13.
So far in the game tonight, the Bruins have stacked them up for losses on 5 of their running plays. They've had 10 running plays, and 5 of them have been for losses. That front line of the Bruins is playing some intense football here in the first quarter. We've got 3.5 minutes remaining. This pitch back this time, it's going to Agnew once again, and they have swarmed him under. He's fighting, but they finally get him at the 20. So Agnew picks up 3 on the play. Just no more room for him to go.
Agnew on the carry, gain of about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 12.
3rd down and about 11 to go. They've got to get to the 31. Smith has thrown 2 passes tonight, and both of them incomplete. So let's see what Shane Jacobs tries to dig out of his bag of tricks this time. And he's going to go and roll out right, looking for a receiver. And he's got him open. Outstanding, and holding on to it. 1 missed tackle, and finally Noah Spencer knocks him out of bounds. Excellent pass to Jaquan Kinney.
Spencer on the tackle. That's good for a Security Bank first down.
That's their second first down of the game, and it is a pickup of 47 yards on the pass. So he gets all the way from the 21 down to the 32. Big 3rd down pass play. And Jonah Smith finally opening it up. Going again with 2 men in the backfield and 1 receiver split out left. And a handoff up the middle and getting some first down yardage once again. Tremendous run by Billy Wilkins.
Wilkins on the carry, Horton on the tackle. But it's good enough for a Security Bank first down.
And he made it down to the 14. So it is an 18-yard pickup for Wilkins. 3rd first down of the game for the Golden Tide. They're on the 14. And Smith, handoff right up the middle, not much room at all. Gain of maybe 1, possibly 2. Big stop on the play by
Wilkins on the carry, gain of about 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Tide.
Noah Britt and Joshua O'Neal. Second down and 9. Smith's going to go and hand it off this time to Agnew, and they are under him again. He gets to the 10. So the sophomore picked up about 3 on the play.
Agnew on the carry.
Actually, they spot it at the 11, so give him 2.
And about 7 for the Tide.
3rd and 7. He's got to get to the 4 for the first down. This is a big, big series here for the Tide, and you got to believe they might be in 4-down territory. I'm not sure whether they would try kicking a field goal if they can't get this first down. 2 men in the backfield and 2 wide receivers. And this is going to be a reverse, and this may go. And in the end zone for a touchdown, Jamarcus Haynes.
On the touchdown for the Tide. That's a Trenton Floor Center touchdown.
So Haynes with the 10-yard run for the touchdown. And gets Peabody back into this one.
Griffin in to attempt the extra point for the Tide.
Desmond Griffin in for the extra point. Up and no good. It hit the upright and bounded off right.
Your score, USJ 14, Peabody 6.
So we got 1:20 to go in the first quarter. It is USJ 14 and Peabody 6.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Why rent an apartment when you can lease a home? The Summit in Jackson offers 2 and 3 bedroom single-family homes with lots of amenities. Enjoy the comfort and space in a gated community with smart technology, ADS security, and no maintenance. Short and long-term leases are available, so visit our website or call to schedule your tour today at the Summit in Jackson.
That drive was 79 yards on 9 plays for the Tide, and they've gotten themselves right back into it, 14-6. Extra point went wide right. So the Bruins are going to send 3 men deep to receive this time. And back to kick is Junior Capitello, the senior. And that one is an end-over-end kick taken at about the 15. Spencer with it, and he picks up his way to about the 32, about a 17-yard return. And that's where the Bruins will start their third drive of the night.
At their own 31-yard line.
And it looks like they're, well, let's see, they have moved it. They've got 4 different officials they have tossed this to. It's going to be at the 31, so give Noah a 16-yard return. So far tonight, the Bruins have had 2 plays and 2 touchdowns. 67-yard run by Corbin Howard and a 64-yard TD run by Noah Spencer. Let's see if they can do it 3 for 3. The odds say no, but you never can tell. It's an empty backfield with 4 wide receivers, and Corbin's going to go long and wide open. I don't know if he'll be able to go. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5, 3 plays, 3 touchdowns.
Terry on the reception.
Mills Terry snags that one. And I'll say as I did before, how about that? Oh, my goodness. 69 yards for a touchdown. 3 plays, 3 touchdowns. 1:04 to go in the first period. It's a 20-6 game as they get ready for the extra point. Up. And good.
Kick is good. Your score, USJ 21, Peabody 6.
So we are, this one is like a sweepstakes tonight for the Bruins. 3 plays, 3 TDs. They're on top 21-6.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Well, coaches will say that every play we have is designed to score. Well, so far tonight, the Bruins, every single play has scored for them. And look at those guys up there with the paint on their chests. They've had a lot to be happy about already, but we're still in the first quarter. Plenty of time. Here comes the kick. You got 2 men deep to receive. This one's pretty deep, back to the 3. And filing down to about the 20 and trying to get back up, but nice job of bringing him down. Harrison Schenkel.
Would be 1st and 10 tied.
And Jack Kreider. And so here we go, 1st and 10 tied at the 21-yard line. So now they've got to do it. This is where they started the last drive at the 21, in which they went 8 plays, 79 yards, and scored to get themselves back in 14-6, but now 21-6. They've just had no answer for the Bruins offensively, and there's Agnew, and he's going to lose one.
Agnew on the carry for the Tide, no gain on the play.
And on the stop was Miles Horton, and it looked like it was Noah Britt. So once again, 6 running plays have been thrown for losses tonight by the Bruins. 2nd down, 11. Smith's going to hand it off again. Quick opener it goes, and picking up about 6 yards on the play is Billy Wilkins as he gets to the 26. So far, 7 carries, 33 yards for Wilkins.
It'll bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Tide.
And they actually give him just about to the 28, so give him 8 yards, and that is the end of the first quarter. It has been an offensive show for the Bruins. They lead it 21-6.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
Beauty House Social. Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Back to action very quickly. This is going to be close to a first down. He had to have 3, and I think he may be just a tad short. It was Wilkins on the carry, and
on the carry for the Tide for no gain. It'll bring up 4th down for the Tide.
So he's at the 29. He actually give him 1 yard on the play. So it's a 4th and 2, and they're going to be back in punt formation. Elliott is in to kick for the Tide. Early second quarter action. Steve Beverly with you live here from Trenton, Tennessee at the home of the Golden Tide of Peabody. Bruins putting on an offensive show. 3 plays, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. There is a high spinning kick end over end. Picked up, but going down very, very quickly was Noah Spencer. Actually looking at where we were.
Elliott on the tackle for the Tide.
He was right at about the 40. So it's about a 30-yard punt. No gain on the return. So the Bruins have 60 yards to maneuver, and so far, that's been no problem. We'll see what kind of adjustments that Shane Jacobs is making on defense.
Fans, cheerleaders are going to throw out T-shirts sponsored by Anderson Furniture Company.
Got an empty backfield and 5 receivers. And he's going for it all. And behind them all, it is Noah Spencer. 4-4-4. Oh, my. Look at that 60-yard pass. This is like nothing I think I've ever seen before. He was so far behind the defensive backfield that you knew if the ball was on the money, he's there. Noah Spencer, my goodness. A 60-yard touchdown. I don't know anybody that would have thought 4 plays and 4 touchdowns, but the Bruins have done it. Now getting ready for the extra point after that 60-yard play. And we're only 1 minute and 6 seconds into the second quarter. So Cooper Sykes waiting for the extra point. And I'm not sure what the delay is there, but if you are a Bruin fan, you have absolutely had a night already to celebrate. Nobody was in the backfield, and so you had 5 receivers, and Noah Spencer was 5 yards behind the defender's perfectly thrown ball by Corbin Howard. The Bruins already have 260 yards in offense. And now, after a delay, we're ready, and high snap, but the extra point is up. And good.
The kick is good. Your score, USJ 28, Peabody 6.
Just another day at the office. The Bruins are on top, 28-6.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
You are not looking at a figment of your imagination. That score is right. Bruins 28 and Peabody 6. Now, if you want to know, 4 plays from scrimmage, and all of them for touchdowns, all of them 60 yards or more. 67-yard run by Corbin Howard. 64-yard run by Noah Spencer. Mills Terry, a 69-yard pass reception from Corbin Howard. And Noah Spencer, a 60-yard pass reception from Corbin Howard. It's just unbelievable here in the opener. They have opened this up wide open, 28-6. And here is Sawyer Hutchison in to kick. And he's going to ground scooter that one, and they finally pick it up on the 36. And dancing around and gaining some yardage, about a 15-yard, somebody's helmet comes off. 15-yard return by Wilkes. So they will start with excellent field position at the Bruin 49.
First and 10, tie.
Here's the interesting thing. The Tide actually has more first downs. well, with that last play, make it a 4th first down. So the Tide has as many first downs as the Bruins do, but they trail by 22. Smith back in, and he's got one man in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. And they're going to hand this one off again, and nowhere to go. A loss of 1 on the play.
Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tide.
So Agnew loses 1. That is the 8th play in which the Tide has been thrown for a loss. So with the exception of that one series, the defense is doing its job for the Bruins tonight. All right, this is going to be, they're dancing around doing some stunts. They're going to rush 4 in this case. And getting a little bit of a hole over the left-hand side is Wilkins. And one of the men on the stop is Barrett Shelton.
Wilkins on the carry for the Tide.
So Wilkins picks up to the 44, so give him 6.
3rd and 5 for the Tide.
Wilkins with 42 yards tonight in 9 carries. This is another big 3rd down for the Tide. And let's see if they try to stack up the box. One man in the backfield. He's directly under center. And this one is going to be a counter play that goes nowhere. He handed it off to Kenny.
Kenny on the carry for the Tide.
And he actually lost one. So let's see if they go for it. They spot it back on the 44, so give him no gain on that one. So here goes 4th and 4. So the Bruins are going to try to snap it here with just ahead of 9 minutes remaining in the first half. This one has gone by quickly so far. You got one man, Haynes, split out way wide right. And you got a flag, or was there a timeout called? Looks like there may have been a timeout called before that play.
Timeout, USJ.
USJ called a timeout before the play was called. They wanted to make sure they were in the right defensive formation. Let's take a timeout ourselves with the Bruins still on top, 28-6.
Beauty House Social. Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Has your home comfort gone to the dogs? Beat the heat this summer with Jackson's most trusted team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air Conditioning. Our York certified and trained technicians can repair or replace your HVAC system, keeping everyone cool so you don't end up in the doghouse. Sit, relax, simply call or go to our website. It's wonderful to chill knowing you always have someone by your side. Your HVAC system's best friend, McCoy's Heating and Air.
Big 4th down play, 4th and 4. And let's see what Shane Jacobs dials up here. And he fakes the handoff, and he's going to try to throw one, and that one is way out of range, and the Bruins have held it on downs.
1st and 10 for the Bruins.
And they'll take over at the 44. Let me give you an oddball stat in this game so far tonight. The Tide has had 25 offensive plays to only 4 for the Bruins. And here we are. It's 28-6 USJ. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back.
Perkins Restaurant and Bakery on Van Drive has been part of Jackson and Madison County for more than 25 years. We're more than a restaurant. We love our guests as family, and we enjoy getting to know you personally. Come anytime for our $5 breakfast deals. Buy 3 muffins
and he's going for it again. And And it's just out of the range. Had he been able to pull that one away, Noah Spencer would have made it 5 for 5 tonight. Just out of his range. Oh, my heavens. He was right on the verge. I'm not sure if he would have scored because he was going to the ground, but still. So, folks, we finally had it with 8:39 to go, the first play of this game that the Bruins have not scored, but they were going for it. So how about this? Corbin Howard, 2 for 3 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here we go, 2nd and 10 Bruins on their own 44. And we had a mix-up there, and let's see what happens. This is probably going to be, yes, illegal procedure. They jumped. So the Bruins will be taking it back to the 39.
Bring them 2nd and 15 for the Bruins.
35 yards in penalties against the Bruins tonight, so it is going to be 2nd and 15. That has not been a problem, though, for them to pick up that kind of yardage. Oh, my goodness. If Noah had picked up that pass and it was just off his fingertips, I would have been just going to some kind of statistics professor, and he's going to go for one again. He's got him wide open, and a nice fake. He's going to be taking it off and finally going down to the ground. It is Jerry Donald who stops Mills Terry, but Mills, he put on the bicycle there and was all the way down to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10, Bruins.
A 40-yard pickup. So the Bruins are on the 21. 1st and 10, and threatening to just blow this one completely wide open. 8 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. First half of play. The Bruins scored the first 4 plays they had the ball tonight. This is the only drive that they didn't score on the immediate play after taking possession. And we got timeout called. Bruins are going to take one, and so let's take a timeout right here with USJ still on top, 28-6.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Well, we said in the pregame that this rather big defensive line that Peabody has would have to be overcome by the quickness and speed that the Bruins have, and so far the Bruins have delivered. We'll update you on the total stats in a moment, but the Bruins have 300 yards of offense. And this is going to be a quarterback draw, we thought, and it's going to be too long, out of the range. So it's 2nd and 10.
It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
3 out of 5 for 169 yards for Corbin Howard. Looked like he was going to do a quarterback draw, and then he got just about to the line of scrimmage and unleashed that pass. That's one of those run-pass options that you will see. He had the option to go ahead and take it up the middle and perhaps could have gotten some yardage, but he saw a receiver who was open, just overthrew him. And this time he's going to have one man in the backfield, and he's got 3 receivers. One in motion. A little bit of a high snap. But here he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Noah Spencer, number 3 for tonight. And what can you say but how about that?
Spencer in for the touchdown.
That's his second rushing touchdown of the evening. And it comes with 7:37 to go in the first half. Well, let's see. Did they pull this one off the board? They're moving it back. They're going to move it back to the 31-yard line, so let's see if they've wiped that out. They say there was face mask on the play, so take it off. That's been the only thing that has been a negative tonight for the Bruins is that. So they go back to the 31. 50 yards in penalties tonight for the Bruins. So Corbin Howard trying to get his signal from the sidelines. And he's going to go left. He's got a man open and swirling inside the 20 to about the 16, possibly even the 15. They've got the official is standing on the 16-yard line. So
on the tackle for the tie. It'll bring up third and about 5 for the Bruins.
15-yard pickup on the play. He has to get to about the 11 for a first down. So this is going to be 3rd and 5 for the Bruins. 184 yards passing tonight for Corbin Howard. One man quickly in motion. And that one almost intercepted, is it?
Pass is broken up by Donald. It'll bring up 4th down for the Bruins.
So it was broken up, almost intercepted, so it is a 4th down play. Let's see if the Bruins are going to go for 3 here. And it looks indeed as if they may be. So this one, they're going to spot it at the 23. It would be a 33-yard field goal. Good snap, and the kick. It was low, but it was no good.
The kick is no good. Your score, USJ 28, Peabody 6.
So the Bruins were held, and Peabody with a good defensive stand, and so goes over on downs. We're going to keep it right here because it looks like they're going to pick up the action very, very quickly rather than taking a timeout. So it stays 28-6. Noah Spencer would have had his 3rd touchdown of the game, but there was a face mask called against the Bruins, and so that opens up a bit of opportunity now for the Tide to try to get back into this one, down 28-6 with 6 minutes 40 seconds remaining in the first half. He's got one man in the backfield and 2 wide receivers. A counter play that goes nowhere. In fact, I think he may have lost a yard. The handoff to Haynes.
Wilkins on the carry for the Tide. No gain on the play to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tide.
They spot it just inside the 20, so it's going to be, we'll call it 2nd and 11. And they have stuck largely to the running attack. They've run the ball 22 times and passed only 4 this evening. They've only completed 1 pass, but that was a big 47-yarder. Haynes has their only touchdown with a 10-yard run. And here they go. He's got him man open, and he has managed to get through the Bruins and get all the way out to the 40.
20 on the carry for the Tide. That's a security bank first down.
Agnew with a 21-yard pickup up the middle, and he was carrying tacklers with him. So they've made it to the 41. That is their 5th first down of the game, but they've only managed to get 1 touchdown. 128 yards offense for the Tide so far tonight. Handoff looks like possibly the same play, and a pickup of about 3.
Wilkins on the carry.
Wilkins on the carry.
Second and 6 for the Tide.
And on the stop is Noah Britt. And they're going to move him to the 45, so give him 4 yards. That's 45 yards rushing tonight for Wilkins. He has had a workhorse night. He's carried it 11 times for those 45 yards, and a lot of them have been hard-earned. The clock ticking under 5 minutes to go in the first half. They want to get down and at least get 1 score to make this somewhat respectable when they go to the locker room. And he's going to hand that one off up the middle, and they're getting some better blocking up front.
Agnew on the carry.
Agnew on the carry, and Wallace and Yandel in on the stop.
Wallace on the tackle for USJ.
So a pickup of 3 on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Shane Jacobs staying disciplined with his run-oriented offense. Big defensive play here for the Bruins. They've got 5 men up front, and they have stopped him. It looks just short. He's got to get to the 49 for that first down.
Gain of about 2 on the play to bring up 4th and 1 for the Tide.
It's 4th and 1 for the Tide, and Wilkins now with 47 yards rushing, and so this is a big 4th down play for both teams. And they are indeed going for it. He has to get 1, but that clock keeps ticking away. We're now under 4 minutes. Bruins going to stack it up front, and the handoff is short. What a play by Eli Yandel to stack him up.
Agnew on the carry, Yandel on the tackle.
Agnew lost 1 on the play, and he just got by that offensive line and made that shoestring tackle, and the Bruins will take it over at the Tide 49. So that was a big defensive play. Yandel has been all over it tonight. So is Noah Britt, Barrett Shelton. I could name a ton of them this evening who have been in on a lot of plays. So 3:32 to go, and the Bruins so far tonight, 315 yards in total offense. And how about this? They have only run 9 offensive plays. 7 of them have been passes, 2 of them have been runs. Corbin Howard with 2 touchdown passes for the night. And this time he is going to have 1 man in the backfield, that's Spencer, and there will be 4, and we've got timeout called. And USJ taking another timeout. We will too. Bruins still ahead, 28-6.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Let me tell you about the American Dream. In 1974, I had $425 to my name. I bought 21 carpet remnants, rented an old lumber shed, and opened Deaton's Rug Barn on East College. I worked long hours with hope of taking care of my family. I'm so thankful to Jesus who changed my life. He gave me a dream. So in 1985, we opened Deaton's Carpet One on the 45 bypass with a commitment to customer satisfaction. My friends, don't give up on your dream because your dream can come true.
1st and 10 Bruins on the Tide 49. And there's Spencer darting. He goes. He's behind the backfield. 30, 25, 20. They'll finally nail him down at about the 16. A 33-yard run. And let's see, there's a flag back at the 47, so this one may come back. Noah was in daylight once again, and that would have been a 33-yard run. Let's see what the call is. And it looks as though it is, looks like illegal use of the hands or a blocking in the back. So wipe that one off once again. Noah would have been close to 100 yards rushing on that. So they're going to take him back 10 yards. And they will be back at the 41, so that is going to be a 10-yard penalty. That's been the real problem for the Bruins tonight. 6 penalties for 60 yards. So now it's 1st and 20. We got 3:14 remaining here in the first half. So now they got to run it 59 yards. But considering that all 4 of their touchdowns have been for 60 yards or more, let's say it's in the conversation. 1 man in the backfield, 1 in motion, and 3 other wide receivers. And he's going to go for it big. He may be down. Yes, that one's a big, big loss on the play. It is Agnew who nailed. No, it's not Agnew. It is Billy Wilkins appears to be the one who nailed him.
Wilkins on the sack for the tie.
And that is a big, big loss all the way back to the 22. That is a 19-yard loss. So it is 2nd and 39. So they have some acreage they're going to have to pick up here. There was an illegal procedure call against the Bruins that was declined.
It'll bring up 2nd and 39 for the Bruins.
2nd and 39. So they've got to nail it 78 yards. This drive actually started on the tied 49. And it has been nothing but in reverse on this series. This time they're trying to get some of it back on the ground, and Noah trying to wriggle free, and he's going to do the best he can and finally get about 6 yards. Looks like he's gotten to the 27. That's only his 2nd official carry of the night.
3rd and about 34.
3rd and 33. So it'll be interesting to see. And the Tide will take a timeout with 2:09 remaining. So will we. Bruins still ahead, 28-6.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, "I'm going to Jackson."
We would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting this broadcast. Jeremy Little, Shelter Insurance, 189 West University Parkway, Suite A, Jackson. Snyder Equipment, 1311 Lower Brownsville Road, Exit 74 on I-40.
Well, Derek Pritchard's still talking it over with his offense. They've still got a long way to go in this one. It is 3rd and 33. A big 19-yard loss for Corbin Howard, as well as a 10-yard penalty, really pinned them back. So let's see if he tries to get it in the air. That has been a successful venture for him tonight. 4 of 7 for 184 yards. 1 man in motion. Instead, they're going to hand it off, and it is Spencer. He's going to get to the 30. And finally tripped up at the 36. It was Kenny who made the tackle. And we've got another flag on the play.
On the carry. It'll bring up 4th down for the Bruins.
And it looks as though it may be, we got 2 minutes exactly to go. Now, I'm not sure whether he was signaling a timeout or whether he was pointing in the direction of the Tide. But there's 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And the officials are talking it over, so let's see what this one's all about. Now the Bruins are retreating a bit as if they anticipate a penalty against them, but that flag has stayed on the field, so that's why we haven't taken a timeout here. Not that we don't want you to see our wonderful sponsors' messages, but we want to see what's going to happen with this flag. And the Tide makes its way back from Shane Jacobs. So let's see what the call is. And it is. It appears to be it is a face mask against the Tide. So let's see where they're going to take this one to. And it's a 15-yarder, so it's going back to the original line of scrimmage of the 49. That is the first penalty of the game against the Tide.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Bruins.
So we're back to the original line of scrimmage. That changes everything. It is 3rd and 10. And the referee winds the clock. So this is more realistic territory for the Bruins. They are letting some of that clock run off. They don't want to leave the Tide a lot of time if they don't get this first down. They're going to pitch it back to Spencer. He eludes one tackler and is not going to get the first down. Goes out of bounds at the 45. So the pickup is 4 for Noah.
Spencer on the carry, forced out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down for the Bruins.
So it is 4th down and 6.
It'll be about 4th and 6 for the Bruins.
And the Bruins look like they're going to go for it with 94 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll update you on all the stats at halftime and also give you an opportunity to see some wonderful products that our sponsors have to offer. All right, 4th and 6. Bruins have to get to the 39. He's going back to pass. Fires it over the middle, and it was in between two of his receivers, and he wasn't able to convert. So the Tide will have 89 seconds to see if they can make some damage out of it. They'll take over on the 45. Their one scoring play was a 10-yard run by Haynes, Jamarcus Haynes, who did that with 1:20 to go in the first quarter, and the Bruins answered right back with 2 more touchdowns, so it's 28-6. For the Tide, this would be big to be able to cut it back to a 2-score differential. And they hand it off, and he's got some running room, and he's going to get a first down.
Wilkins on the carry.
Wilkins picks up 13. That is the 6th first down of the game for Peabody. But that clock is ticking with 1:15 to go. So if they're going to do it, they've got to have some urgency about it. From about the 42.5. They've got 1 man in the backfield, and they've got 2 wide receivers, and he's going back to throw. He's got a man open, and he's got him. Down at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal.
A Security Bank first down.
Perfectly thrown ball and a 33-yard gain. So they're at the 9. They're going to have to hurry, though. There's only 49 seconds remaining. And they're going to go up the middle, and he is stonewalled. Haynes was really clobbered as he got to about the 7. Give him 2. It's 2nd and goal. They have to hurry. Under 30 seconds. Smith goes back and hands it off, and they're not going to get there. Bruins swarming under them. A gain of about 1 for Agnew.
Timeout, Tide.
Tide takes a timeout with 15.8 seconds. Let's take a brief timeout here, and then we'll be back for this final 15 seconds.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, a family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should be more than just a place to store your money. Our Foundation Benefits with High Interest checking account pays you interest, but also includes identity theft monitoring, cell phone protection, and roadside assistance. Start a financial conversation with us today by visiting our website, foundationbank.org, or call us on the number on your screen. In the meantime, God bless you.
Terms and conditions apply. Foundation Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The Tide, they are at the 6. They have just under 16 seconds to navigate this in. They have tried to stay with the run, and they've made very little progress. Let's see what happens here. Bruins have been on top of it. He's going to go to the sideline, and he can't hold on. He was going for that post pattern, trying to get it to Jamarcus Haynes, and it was just out of his range. He had a step on his defender, but instead it is 4th down, and let's see if they go for the field goal. And they are. This is going to be Desmond Griffin, and this would be almost like an extra point. It's right up the middle, and it's going to be a 23-yarder, and it's up. And no good. It's wide right.
No good. Your score, USJ 28, Peabody.
So the Bruins hold, and a tremendous defensive stand. They stuffed the basket on 2 runs, and then a third opportunity, a pass was out of the range of the receiver. And just so unfortunate for the Tide, the field goal, 23-yarder, goes wide. So the Bruins will probably just sit on this one with 5.6 seconds remaining. And up 28-6. That's exactly what they're going to do. They are going to take a knee and take a 4-yard loss on that one to end the half. So the Bruins dominating offensively, particularly in the first quarter and 2 minutes, in which they just rifled home 4 touchdowns in 4 plays. And they've had solid defense across the board, and they lead it 28-6 as we go to the locker room. So we're going to take a break and let you enjoy the messages of our fine sponsors that, again, I encourage you to go by and see them. Tell them how much you appreciate seeing USJ football and all of USJ sports on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, Worthy Road Studios. We appreciate them so much. And when we come back, we'll have some very interesting halftime statistics. So stay with us, everybody.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitzcapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first, then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory. No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Foundation Bank, we love working with small businesses, and we serve them uniquely through truly local decision-making and underwriting. But we're more than a lender for your small business. We're also a source of financial counsel. Hey, running a small business can be hard and complex, but we can help. Let us learn more about your small business by visiting our website. It's foundationbank.org, or call us at the number on the screen. In the meantime, God bless you.
Foundation Bank is a member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Steve Beverly back with you at halftime from Trenton, Tennessee at Peabody High School. The Bruins are on top 28-6. They scored their 4 touchdowns on the first 4 plays they had the ball. Not 4 possessions, just 4 plays. That was it. Let's take a look at your halftime statistics. Bring you up to date on everything. First downs. Now look at this. The Tide trails 28-6. They actually have more first downs, 7-6, but that's because the Bruins have converted so many plays into touchdowns. The Bruins 4 out of 8 passing for 184 yards, and the Tide 2 out of 6 for 80. In rushing, the Bruins 6 times they've carried the ball for 118 yards, and they have really stuck with the rush over on the Tide side, 30 times for 105 yards, but you can see with the average is somewhat in the neighborhood of 3.5 yards a carry. It's just not getting them a whole lot of offense. Return yards, the Bruins have actually only had one return all night long, and that was for 16 yards by Noah Spencer, 64 return yards for the Tide. Punting, Bruins haven't had to do it all night. 2 punts for Peabody for 32.5 yards a kick. And the big thing that has held the Bruins back is penalties. 60 to 15 yards for the Tide, but it hasn't really made a great deal of difference because the scoring has been like this. 2 touchdown passes from Corbin Howard to 2 different receivers, a 64-yard run by Noah Spencer, and a 67-yard run by Corbin Howard. We'll tell you more about that after you hear the Peabody Band of Gold.
And coming home.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Beauty House Social, Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting this broadcast. Jeremy Little, Shelter Insurance, 189 West University Parkway, Suite A, Jackson. Snyder Equipment, 1311 Lower Brownsville Road, Exit 74 on I-40.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory. No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Perkins Restaurant and Bakery on Van Drive has been part of Jackson and Madison County for more than 25 years. We're more than a restaurant. We love our guests as family, and we enjoy getting to know you personally. Come anytime for our $5 breakfast deals. Buy 3 muffins and get 3 free from the bakery. Our Wednesday specials, or all-you-can-eat catfish Friday and Saturday nights. And don't forget, free pie Mondays. Perkins on Van Drive in Jackson.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, I'm going to Jackson.
Beauty House Social, Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting this broadcast. Jeremy Little, Shelter Insurance, 189 West University Parkway, Suite A, Jackson. Snyder Equipment, 1311 Lower Brownsville Road, Exit 74 on I-40.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first. Then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, I'm going to Jackson.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Why rent an apartment when you can lease a home? The Summit in Jackson offers 2 and 3 bedroom single-family homes with lots of amenities. Enjoy the comfort and space in a gated community with smart technology, ADS security, and no maintenance. Short and long-term leases are available, so visit our website or call to schedule your tour today at the Summit in Jackson.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Steve Beverly back with you here from Walter Kilser Stadium, and it has been all Bruins in the first half, 28-6, as they put together, unbelievably, 4 touchdowns in their first 4 plays of the game. Not first 4 series. I'm talking about 4 plays, 4 touchdowns. And they were all for big distance, over 60 yards in all of them. Let me give you a few random totals here that were not on our sheets to start with. The Bruins, 302 yards in total offense in the first half. The Tide had 185 yards, but take a look at this for the Bruin defense. They managed to navigate 9 losses on rushing plays and 1 for no gain. So 10 plays that they had out of their 30 were for either losses or nothing on the field, and that was tremendous defense on the part of the Bruins. And looking at a couple of other things, Mills Terry, who caught 1 touchdown pass, 2 pass catches for 80 yards. Noah Spencer, 2 catches for 75 yards. Now, I want you to look at this. This is an interesting thing. Let's just run down the total scoring. I'll show you those first 4 plays. We were 2.5 minutes into the game, and it was what looked like a busted play. It was a very high snap for Corbin Howard, but he reached up, bobbled it, caught it, and he had nothing but daylight, 67 yards for the first touchdown of the season. Sykes with the kick. Then, a little more than 5 minutes later, 1 play. Noah Spencer, 64 yards for a touchdown, picking up where he left off last season. Extra point good, it's 14-0. Then the Tide managed to get a 10-yard run for a touchdown, missed the extra point, so it was 14-6 with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. And then, how about this? Next play, 16 seconds later, it is Mills Terry who gets behind everybody. 69-yard reception from Corbin Howard. Sykes with the kick, 21-6 at that point. And then we were barely a minute into the second quarter, and Noah caught a 60-yard pass over the middle from Corbin Howard. Just outran everybody, 28-6. Later in the second quarter, Noah scored on a 15-yard run, but it was called back because of a penalty. Other than that, it would have been a 35-6 game at that point. Noah so far in the game tonight, 3 carries for 74 yards, so that is an average of almost 25 yards a carry. Corbin Howard, 3 carries for 44 yards. He unfortunately had one 19-yard loss in which he was really swarmed under on the last series that the Bruins had in the first half, so he lost some of that big yardage that he had in the first play, but it doesn't really matter with this lead right now. He's carried it 3 times for 44 yards. Total passing 4 out of 8 for 184 yards. Individually for the Tide, it is Wilkins who is their leader with 13 carries for 60 yards. He's averaging a little more than 4. Agnew has carried it 12 times for 41 yards. Kenny 3 times for -8 yards, and that's some of those swarming under tackles that they've had as the Tide has tried to run the ball up the middle. And then Haynes has carried it twice for 12 yards. Passing for Jonah Smith, 2 out of 6 in the game for 80 yards. And that brings you up to date on a lot of the overall totals in the game. The biggest thing that the Bruins have had that has been a question mark is penalties. They've been penalized 6 times for 60 yards, and a couple of them took away either a long gain or Noah Spencer's touchdown. So those are some things they have to work on. They had a crucial face mask that cost them a big first down, and then they had another situation in which they were hit with a 10-yard penalty that took away Noah's touchdown. It would have been his 3rd of the game. But the Bruins have dominated so far with that total offense edge of 302 to 185 and lead it, and we're about 80 seconds away from starting the second half of play. The Bruins are going to receive as we start the second half. If they manage to take one down and get a score there, I don't want to say it's all over, but it would be a monster hole for the Tide to have to dig themselves out of at that point. But I want to tell you, everybody, it is so much fun to be back with you again for another season, my 3rd year behind the mic here at USJ, and the folks at that wonderful school have just treated me like family, and I have enjoyed every single moment on all the different sports that I've had the privilege to call. But it just seems right, as here we are on the next to final Friday night of August, to be here. Our temperature has gone down to about 85 degrees. We still got a heat index around 90, but it feels just right now. This just feels like what football weather is supposed to be in August. As we go down, probably we get to the end of September, we'll lose a lot of this humidity, and it'll be just more than comfortable. Of course, next Friday night, Bruins will be traveling to Union City. We'll have that for you here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. 2 games on the road to start the season, but this has so far been a very, very good start for USJ. And we just heard the horn for the third 12 minutes of this contest. And so everybody grab yourself a glass of water, cold iced tea, or whatever your favorite soft drink is, and let's enjoy this second half together here as the Bruins will attempt to pad this impressive lead that they put together with 3 scores in the first quarter and 1 in the second. And the Bruins now trotting out to receive the kick from Junior Capitello, the senior. Be interesting to see what kind of adjustment Shane Jacobs may try to make here defensively in the second half. Of course, Shane's wife, Meredith Richardson Jacobs, one of my all-time favorite Union University basketball players. She was inducted into the Union Hall of Fame this past year, and so proud of Meredith. So here we go. Capitello kicks it. Kind of a short one with a spin on it, and it's taken at the 23. And trying to weave his way through the defenders, and it appears to be Noah Spencer. And he gains 14 yards on the play. That's only the second time that the Bruins have had to handle anything for a return, so they will start at their own 37, 63 yards away from pay dirt. And here we go. Howard back in the shotgun. And he's going to start out with 3 wide receivers and 2 men in the backfield. One's going to shift positions, and the handoff goes, and it is Noah to the 45. Let's see if he can take it. This may be it. He tried to cut back, and I think he might have been better off just to try to race it down the sidelines, but he got to the 28 trying to make that cutback. Nonetheless, it is a 35-yard run and another first down for the Bruins on that one play, and Noah is now over 100 yards for the night, 4 carries for 109 yards. So they're down to just outside the 25-yard line. Howard hands it off up the middle again, and he breaks around left tackle. He's going to dodge his way around, and he may go all the way, and he does.
Spencer on the carry, touchdown Bruins.
So Noah with his third touchdown of the game. And just sliced and knifed his way down. It was like watching one of those ads for one of those things that you cut up potatoes with. He was just all over it. So Noah with a 19-yard run. 8 first downs, and the Bruins are up 34-6, waiting on the kick. It's up and good. So we have played 50 seconds of the second half, and the Bruins lead it 35-6.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitzcapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first, then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitzcapes, let's build something beautiful.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt, and let my family take care of yours.
I guess you might have called that an extended play drive for the Bruins. 2 plays in 63 yards rather than 1. And both of them runs by Noah Spencer, who now has 128 yards on 5 carries. How about that, folks? An average of 25.6 yards a carry tonight. I think you would take that one in just about any situation. He's taken at the 6-yard line. And running left, good hard run by, let's see who that is.
Cannon's return back to about the 33.
That was Tay Cannon.
It'll be 1st and 10 tie.
And he makes it out to the 32, so it's a 26-yard return. They've done a good job on their returns tonight. They've had 5 returns for 90 yards. And they're going to move that one back to the 27-yard line, I think. Nope. Well, I'm a little confused. Now they've got it on the 33, so I'm going to give him an extra yard on that. He picked it up at the 6. So 91 yards in return yardage. They are 67 yards away from trying to get this one back respectably, trailing 35-6. Handoff goes over right tackle, and the Bruins are just swarming. There's about 6 of them on top of the ball carrier.
1 on the yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the tie.
Wilkins gained 1 on the play. Actually, they give him to the 35, so we'll call it 2nd and 8. 14 carries for 62 yards for Wilkins. They have been hard-earned yards tonight, just a little more than 4 yards a carry. Smith directly under center, as he has been all night long, and we got a flag. Somebody may have moved up front. Nope, they're going to call it offside against USJ. Apparently somebody jumped on the defensive line, so 5-yard penalty. That is the 7th penalty of the night against the Bruins, 65 yards, so that is going to make it a 3rd and 3. So they're at the 40, and clock ticking away. And the handoff goes, going to be close to the first down, but I don't think he quite made it. That was Wilkins once again.
Wilkins on the carry, gain of about 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd.
They give him about a yard and a half. He has really been their workhorse tonight with 15 carries. But those up the middle and across tackle plays have been very, very difficult to navigate because of the swarming Bruin offensive line. And they shift 2 defenders, and here we go. Handoff goes. That's going to be a first down. And dodging and weaving and trying to get across, getting down to the 42 of USJ. And that is going to be a 16-yard pickup.
Agnew on the carry. Melton on the tackle.
Agnew now with 13 carries for 57 yards. That is the 8th first down of the game for Peabody. So they have slowly and gradually begun to move the football here in this third quarter, but they're trailing by 4 touchdowns. And a pitch back, it goes to Kenny, and he is tripped up with a beautiful shoestring tackle.
Kenny on the carry, a loss of 1 on the yard.
Alex Wallace knocks him off. It looked like he was possibly going to go for some. Instead, he lost a yard. And Kenny's had a tough night tonight. 4 carries for -9 yards. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 11. And the big thing when you're dealing with a wing T attack like this is that this is not an easy offense to make comebacks from. They haven't been able to open it up tonight. This time he faked the pass, and we got a flag. He handed it off up the middle, but it looked like he was going to fake the pass, and you can see he's frustrated about it.
16 for the tie.
And they move it back 5 yards. That's only the 2nd penalty of the night against the Tide. So it's 2nd and 16 back at the 48. They have to get to the 32 in order to get the first down. But as you can see, this is not a hurry-up offense, and so this is going to be very, very hard for them, and particularly the way the Bruin defense has been playing tonight, for them to make a run at it here in the second half. And they shift positions, and we got another flag. The official picks it up, but let's see what the call is. I'm not sure if this is going to be another illegal procedure, but the official standing over the ball. Flag was dropped, but it was picked up. So it appears they're going to keep it right where it is on the 48. So no penalty. 8:13 remaining, third quarter. There's a fake to the back, and that one is going to be short. He tried to get it to Haynes, who had a little bit of a step on, had some separation on Alex Wallace, but he couldn't get it to him on the run going to his left, and so that is 3rd down and 16. 2 out of 7 tonight for 80 yards for Jonah Smith. So once again, as we have said several times tonight, this is a very important 3rd down play for the Tide. You almost have to feel that if they don't get the first down, they've got to get at least about 10 yards out of it on this play. 3rd and 16. You got 2 receivers shifting, and instead they're going to hand it off again and try to roll left with it, and he is smacked down at the 46. And I'm telling you, Agnew has taken a beating out there tonight.
It'll bring up 4th and 14 for the tie.
He picked up 2, so it is 4th and 14. And down 35-6, it appears they're going to go for it. So Jonah Smith gets his instructions and heads back out. But as we mentioned, clock keeps ticking, ticking, ticking. And when you're down by 29, you got to have a little bit more urgency than what we're seeing here. And he's redirecting his guys in the backfield. And he's got 2 of them. And he's rolling around, and he is going down and throws it away. It goes out of bounds. And the flag, I think they're going to call an intentional grounding on that, and that would be loss of downs. Bruins are going to take over regardless. But he just literally whirled that thing over his head, two-handed, and it went out of bounds, and the officials are talking it over. And I think the only question is, are they going to go forward with the intentional grounding penalty? Bruin defense, again, was just solid. All the receivers were covered. They're still having a discussion with it right here in front of the Peabody bench. Flag was thrown at the 49. So all that really matters now is where the Bruins will get the ball. Yes, intentional grounding. And that is loss of down, so the Bruins will have it. And the question is, do they do it from the spot of the foul? And the Bruins are headed over to their sideline to talk things over with both Bo Wallace and Derek Pritchard. And the officials are still discussing this. 7 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And one more drive that would end in a score for the Bruins would just about put this one away. And they're headed back out, so let's see what happens. As we say, the only question mark is where the ball is going to be spotted. And they are going to decline the penalty, so it is a first down. And they are going to take it at, now let's see, are they going to put it back on the 46? I think that is the case. And the officials are, this is one of the more extended discussions that we've had tonight. The line of scrimmage was the 46. The flag was thrown at the 49. And you can hear some of the fans with some impatience out there yelling, "Go!" And Deuce Davenport is over there by the officials. I think he's trying to find out what the story is. And Ben Melton is in at tight end. And you got Wallace Driver over at a wide receiver. And again, they have not officially said where they're spotting the ball. The officials come over to talk to Shane Jacobs. So in a game of this import, this has just been one of the more long discussions. I'm not sure that it would take this long if you were having a championship debate. All right, now he's standing right at midfield. And they're still talking it over with Shane Jacobs. Just to update you, we got 7 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and it has been about 10 minutes since we had any time to go off the clock. And we're getting close to the 9 o'clock mark here in all across West Tennessee. Now, this time, they're going to do what I thought they were going to do to start with. The penalty goes to the 45, and it is the loss of down, and it is an automatic first down for the Bruins. So they will start from the 45, and here we go again. One man in motion. And the handoff goes. He's going around right tackle, and a nice job. He's going 15, 20. He's gone. Look at that for the touchdown for Jackson Pugh. 45-yard run.
On the score for the Bruins.
Jackson Pugh would not be denied. Well, it took us 10 minutes to get the ball placed, and it took us 10 seconds for him to score the touchdown. 6 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is a 41-6 game, 45 yards for Jackson Pugh. And the extra point is good. So we are at 42-6. The Bruins are having a party tonight, in Trenton. We'll be back with more after this.
Beauty House Social. Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, this may be a stat that we have not heard before, but out of their 6 scoring plays tonight, 5 of them for the Bruins have been one play. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 5 scoring drives that only took one play. And the 45-yard run was the latest, and the kick goes back to the 4-yard line. And trying to make a good return out of it, and getting past the 30 to the 35, a 31-yard return.
On the return to about the 36-yard line, where it'd be 1st and 10 for the tie.
And that was Cannon with it, a 31-yard return. They've had 122 yards in return yardage tonight, but none of that has capitalized except but for one score. The Bruins now with 9 first downs, and 5 of them have come just by the touchdown plays that they've had. Just an explosive play night for USJ. 2 men in the backfield, and he's going to hand that one up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play.
Wilkins on the carry. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Wilkins has really been a workhorse tonight. He's taken a beating out there, but he's got 16 carries for 68 yards. And that clock continues to roll. Under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. BallGame Blitz Sports Network. We're live with USJ football, the season opener. And there goes one. He may go all the way. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Carrying it all the way.
Floor center, touchdown.
60-yard run for Billy Wilkins. So they tried a little USJ work on that one. 60-yard run, largely up the middle. And Wilkins now over 100 yards on the night with 128. Extra point up. And good.
The kick is good. Your score, USJ 42.
Griffin with the kick. So they score with 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It is USJ 42 and Peabody 13.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Beauty House Social. Jackson's premier blowout bar and full-service salon and med spa. From lashes and facials to cosmetic injections and lasers, we have it all. Let's be social.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Wilkins' 60-yard touchdown run gives the Tide 270 yards offense. The Bruins have picked up 421 yards tonight. And back in to kick is Junior Capitello, and the Bruins have 2 men deep to receive right at about the 15-yard line. And the kick, that's one of the deepest of the night, carrying him all the way back to the 3-yard line. And finally getting up to about the 22. There's a flag. It was Drew English on the return, and he made it all the way back to the 22. Let's see what the flag is. The flag was at about the 39-yard line. It was a 19-yard return. And they're talking it over. It looks to be with the Tide. And the Bruins are over talking to Derek Pritchard. And let's see if the Bruins are going to be starting back at about the, it's holding against the Bruins. And it looks as though they're going to carry this one back to about the 12-yard line. So after the 19-yard return, it goes back to the 12, so they're going to have an 88-yard drive here. This would be their longest of the night if they can pull this one off. 5:21 to go in the third. And you got a shift. Going back, pass over the middle, almost intercepted. That was a mix-up on that situation. Hudson Rushing was behind the defenders, and I think they just simply lost track of where he was. And we got another flag on the play. And let's see if this one's going to go back against the Bruins. They've had a tough night when it comes to the flags. That flag was thrown at the 14. And they're pointing in the direction of the Bruins, so it looks like they're going to send them back probably at least another 6 yards. And we're waiting with you. Yes, they are going to send them back to the 7, so it's another 5-yard penalty. 80 yards in penalties now against the Bruins tonight. They've been penalized 9 times. So it's back to first down, and this is 1st and 15. Back at the 7. And they're going to hand this one up the middle, and good yardage, picking up down to about the 14. And that's going to make it about a 2nd and 8.
Jennings on the tackle for the Tide. Going to bring up 2nd and about 8 for the Bruins.
So the Bruins with 2nd and 8. And that clock continues to spin. Wheel of Fortune is not on the side of the Tide tonight. And the Bruins seem to be very content to let a lot of time get off on the clock. There's still 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Got a man in motion. He's going to take the pitch. And working his way, and he was shoved down at about the 16. Jennings with the tackle.
Third down, Tide fans.
And that was Mills Terry on an end around, and he got to the 16, so give him 3. It's 3rd and 7 for the Bruins. They've got to get to the 23, about the 22 and a half for a first down. And Caden Creech, the sophomore, is in at quarterback. And he's looking for a receiver, and almost is it picked off. And the official that was the trailing official says incomplete. So it is 4th down and 7. So the Tide should get it with relatively good field position, probably inside the 50.
Haynes back to receive for Peabody.
Jamarcus Haynes is going back to receive. This is the first punt of the night for the Bruins. And a flag. Somebody jumped. And the question is who? And the Bruins are signaling that, well, everybody's signaling it's the other guys. And it appears they're going to mark it off against the Bruins, so they're going to take another one. So that'll make it 4th and 12. So now he's going to be punting from the end zone. And there's the kick. Almost got a hold of it. Very high, very good kick, signaling for a fair catch, and takes it at the 47-yard line. So that was a 40-yard kick. So they'll take it over back in their own 47, and that was a solid kick to at least get them out of at least a mini hole over there. So we got 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the third period. Bruins on top 42-13. And Derek Pritchard is seeing a lot of his team out here tonight, particularly in this second half. And they're going back, going for a bomb. And he's got a step, but it went right through his hands.
Pass is incomplete. It'll break up 2nd and 10 for the Tide.
Haynes had a step on both of his receivers, and it just went right through his hands. Couldn't hold on to it, so it's just another long down, 2nd and 10. And probably nobody feels worse about it than Jamarcus does. So we got a 2nd and 10 from the 47. Bruins with 6 men up front on defense. Got a man in motion, and the handoff, and they sniffed that one out beautifully. That's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5, depending on where they mark his forward progress. And Jerry Donald just got nowhere with that. They're actually going to move it at the 44, so it is a loss of 3. 3rd and 13.
Timeout, USJ.
USJ takes timeout, so will we. The Bruins lead it with 3 minutes to go in the third, 42-13.
Has your home comfort gone to the dogs? Beat the heat this summer with Jackson's most trusted team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air Conditioning. Our York certified and trained technicians can repair or replace your HVAC system, keeping everyone cool so you don't end up in the doghouse. Sit, relax, simply call or go to our website. It's wonderful to chill knowing you always have someone by your side. Your HVAC system's best friend, McCoy's Heating and Air.
Perkins Restaurant and Bakery on Van Drive has been part of Jackson and Madison County for more than 25 years. We're more than a restaurant. We love our guests as family, and we enjoy getting to know you personally. Come anytime for our $5 breakfast deals. Buy 3 muffins and get 3 free from the bakery. Our Wednesday specials, or all-you-can-eat catfish Friday and Saturday nights. And don't forget, free pie Mondays. Perkins on Van Drive in Jackson.
Tide comes out. Very important 3rd and 14 for them to try to get back a first down and get closer to making this a more respectable game as they trail by 29. And a lot of the Bruins second teamers are in the game on both offense and defense. And he's going to move back. He has got trouble and almost intercepted. Tell you, Noah Spencer was right on the edge of picking that one off, so it's 4th and 14, 2 out of 9 for 80 yards tonight for Jonah Smith. Now the question is, down by 4 touchdowns, will they try to go for it on a 4th and 14? And the guess is the way they're lining up, they will. And the Bruin faithful making the 30-mile drive up here to Trenton. They have held the fort here. They haven't moved. They are enjoying this tonight. So here they go, going for it on 4th and 14. And you got a flag. He dropped that one before the play ever started, and somebody moved on the offensive line, so that will make it 4th and 19, and I believe they're going to kick it. Because they're bringing in a huge number of reserves now. That's 35 yards in penalties against the Tide. So they are going back to punt. We got one receiver deep at about the 28-yard line. Good snap. And the kick is a bit wobbly, but it gets a Tide bounce, and it's going to stop at the 29-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10, USJ on their own 29-yard line.
So it was a 29-yard punt. And the Bruins will have 71 yards to navigate and 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And on the last series, we saw the sophomore Caden Creech in at quarterback. And Shane Jacobs, and Derek Pritchard and Bo Wallace have mixed in a number of second-team players with some of the more experienced ones. And here we go. One man in the backfield and two wide receivers, one in motion. And they're going to run it around right tackle and just chugging and pulling and getting close to the first down. He may be a half yard short. It was Jackson Pugh who let fly with a 45-yard touchdown run earlier. That one's going to be at least 9. Yeah, they get him to the 38. So it's 2nd and 1. He's got 54 yards and 2 carries. Boy, I'm telling you, they're starting the season with some big averages here tonight per carry. Even Corbin Howard with 3 carries for 44 yards, including his 67-yard touchdown run. And the Bruins are just letting a lot of time ease off of that clock. You're going to shift 2 guys over to the left. And another flag. And this time the Tide pointing at the Bruins. This may be an illegal shift.
5-yard penalty. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Seemed to be a little bit of indecision there, so the Bruins will take that one. 11 penalties for 90 yards this evening. So the Bruins at the 33 now. And heading way over to the left is Wallace Driver, and Bradley Stamper comes in wide right. And the handoff going over left end and trying to drag his way down, and he's got the first down. Jackson Pugh is now a workhorse.
Pugh on the carry. Kenny on the tackle for the tie. That's good enough for a first down.
And he made it to the 43. Actually, give him the 44 on that one. So Jackson is putting on a show here in the third quarter. 10th first down of the game for the Bruins. 5 of them have come on touchdown plays. I can tell you, folks, that just doesn't happen often. 5 drives of 1 play each. And they're just content to just squeeze this clock out. Handoff going up the middle and swinging in for 6, maybe 7 yards on the play.
Pugh on the carry, gained about 6 on the play to bring 2nd and 4 for the Bruins.
They're going to spot that one at the
penalty on the play.
Well, we got a penalty, so hang on. We're going to bring this one back.
Bring up 1st and 15.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Wipe off the yardage that Jackson had on that one. With 39 seconds to go in the third period, 95 yards in penalties. So the Bruins have delayed some of their scoring opportunities with penalties tonight. That's to be expected opening game, but also as well when you've got a lot of younger players in here who aren't in the lineup. They're trying to get into the rhythm of this, and that does happen. And this time he's going to go right up the middle, and he picks up almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Pugh on the carry, Jennings on the tackle for the tie.
Jennings with the stop, and Pugh picks up 5.
And about 11 for the Bruins.
So it's 2nd and 10. And that is the end of the third quarter. The teams match scores in the third, and the Bruins dominating it 42-13. We'll be back with the last 12 minutes right after this.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first, then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Bruins continue to hold the ball as we start the fourth quarter. And some last-minute instructions being given to Caden Creech, who has been the guy with the keys to the car since about midway through the third quarter. And the Bruins safely in hand with a 42-13 lead. It is 2nd and 10 from the 44 of USJ. And that one is going to go around left end this time, and a pickup of about 5. So Jackson Pugh is just one run right after another.
It'll bring up 2nd and about 5 for the Bruins.
5 carries for 75 yards. 3rd down and 5 for USJ. And they're actually picking up some tempo now. Noah Spencer, we've seen probably all of him we are going to see tonight on offense. 5 carries for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had a big reception during the game of a 60-yard pass from Corbin Howard. And here we go on 3rd and 5. And here goes the handoff around right in, and I think he's going to get that first down into the 40 and lots more down to the 20. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 30. 16-yard run.
Forced out of bounds. First down, Bruins.
That is the 11th first down of the game for the Bruins.
Greer on the tackle for the tie.
So they've made their way down to the 30. 35 yards on this drive so far, and this has been a more conventional drive, just grinding it out and chewing up as much time off that clock as they possibly can. This one's going to go around right in once again and dancing his way down to about the 23 for another 7-yard pickup.
Davis on the carry.
That's Drew Davis with his first carry of the game. So give Drew 7. The sophomore getting his first positive yardage of this young season that started tonight. 2nd down and 3, and again the Bruins are just letting the clock tick away, and I think we've got a timeout because we got some folks kneeling. We got, looks like an injury over on the other side of the field on one of the Golden Tide. Let's take a quick timeout, 60 seconds, and we'll be right back.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Let me tell you about the American Dream. In 1974, I had $425 to my name. I bought 21 carpet remnants, rented an old lumber shed, and opened Deaton's Rug Barn on East College. I worked long hours with hope of taking care of my family. I'm so thankful to Jesus who changed my life. He gave me a dream. So in 1985, we opened Deaton's Carpet One on the 45 bypass with a commitment to customer satisfaction. My friends, don't give up on your dream because your dream can come true.
Well, the Bruins were assessed 15 yards while we were in that commercial break, and so they are going all the way back to the 45, and it is now 1st and 25. So it's been a case of one step forward and two steps back on this drive. I know if there's one thing that probably Derek Pritchard will want to work on is cutting down on these penalties, and there is another.
Bruins 5-yard penalty.
That was an encroachment penalty, so they move it back to midfield. 10 minutes, 55 seconds to go. So Creech back in the shotgun. And now the officials are having another discussion. And we'll see what this one pans out. Bruins scored the first 4 times they had the ball tonight, and they were all in one-play drives. 67-yard run by Corbin Howard, 64-yard run by Noah Spencer, 69-yard run pass to Mills Terry from Corbin Howard, and a 60-yard pass to Spencer from Corbin Howard. It was like a blitz. And here's Davis trying to get a couple of yards over the 50, and he does manage that. So give Drew a couple of on that one, too. So he's got 9 yards rushing in the game tonight.
Tackle made by Greer. It'll be second down for the Bruins.
Second down and 29. They have got to get all the way to the tied 20 in order to get a first down. But they are letting that play clock run. They're not in any hurry to snap that ball until it gets down under 10 seconds. And this is Jackson Pugh, and he's going to make it to about the 45.
Davis on the carry. Gain of about 5 on the play.
So he is gaining now. Jackson is now somewhat in the neighborhood of 100 yards. He's got 94 tonight in 7 carries. And it's 3rd and 25. And they're just going to let that clock just fizzle like you're pouring very slowly a glass of iced tea. Here's the handoff to Jackson once again. He's going to try, but he's been swarmed under as he gets to about the 41.
Hugh on the carry, Jennings on the tackle for the tie. It'll bring up 4th down for the Bruins.
So it'll be 4th down and about 21. Jackson with 98 yards rushing in the game. And they're going to punt. And Hutchison is in to kick. And they're letting that clock roll, which is exactly what they are supposed to do. You got one man back. That's Jamarcus Haynes in single safety back at the 5-yard line. And that's a somewhat of a pooch punt, but it's going to get a good Bruin roll. And they're all over it. It's going to go all the way back to the 6-yard line. 40-yard punt. That's only the second punt of the night. And he's averaging 40 on his 2 punts. So this is going to take a long, long drive on the part of Peabody back at its own 6. with 8.5 minutes remaining. And Bruins seeing a lot of faces out there on both offense and defense tonight. Mills Terry is still in there. Of course, Mills has gone both ways tonight. That 69-yard pass that he had from Corbin Howard back in the first quarter was a thing of beauty. He was about 6 yards behind all of his defenders, and he just waved goodbye from over his shoulder. There's a handoff right straight up the middle that is not going to get but about a yard. And it looked like it was Jerry Donald on the carry. And the senior who also plays some quarterback. 2nd and 9. But this is a very deliberate offense, and so as we say, if you get behind by as many as 3 scores, it's very difficult to come from behind. And there he goes. He's picking up down to the 16, and he may have the first down.
Cannon on the carry. That's good enough.
And that was Tay Cannon.
First down.
So Cannon picks up 9 on the play and gets the 10th first down of the evening for the Tide. The Bruins have 12. Remember, we'll have the final stats for you shortly after this one is over with. And he's going around right tackle. Manages to wriggle himself free. Finally is taken down by Ben Melton.
Cannon on the carry. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and about 7 for the Tide.
Those were about 3 of the most hard-earned yards that you could have from Cannon. Down to the 7-minute mark. 2nd and about 6.5. Taking it right under center. And he's trying to break free, and a nice shoestring tackle to keep him from breaking completely free. And another first down.
Dunlap on the carry for the Tide. That's good enough for a Security Bank first down.
So that is the 11th first down for the Tide, and the pickup on that one was 11 yards. We get close to the 6-minute mark. I think they're going to be happy if they can just grind this out and maybe get one more touchdown on the board before it's all over with this evening. 28-6 it was at halftime. And missed one tackle. There's 2 that have been missed, and finally coming down with him. And
Cannon on the carry for the Tide.
Cannon on the carry, and it was Noah Britt on the stop after a couple of misses. So a pickup of about 4 on the play. Cannon with 3 carries for 16 yards, and they're at the 37. And we're getting to the 5.5-minute mark. And the handoff goes up the middle, and a pickup of about, probably 5 yards if they mark him at the 39 for forward progress.
For the Tide. It'll bring up about 3rd and 4 for the Tide.
So a pickup of 5. They've got it sitting almost dead on the 40. So it's 3rd down and 3. But there's not really any sense of urgency. And I know probably one of the situations is when you are down by 4 touchdowns, you don't want to risk a lot of injuries by potentially playing hurry-up football. And the handoff is going to Donald. And he squirms his way for another first down as he picks up to the 45.
First down.
So a pickup of 6 by Donald. They're at their own 45, and we are getting close to 4 minutes away from the finish. And somebody took a spill, and and that was just really a fluke thing for Jerry Donald, and he is limping off. I think he's going to be okay. But all of a sudden, he just took a spin down, and he is favoring that right ankle. So they wind the clock once again. Quick opener up the middle, and he's trying to break away, but he was tripped up. Managed to get to the 46. So a gain of 9 for Dunlap. They've done a good job of getting forward progress on their running plays. They have not put it in the air in this drive at all. So far tonight, Smith 2 for 9 for 80 yards. Got a man in motion, and I think that was a busted play. He was looking for somebody to hand off to, and he was clobbered back at the 28. So it'll be a loss of 2. I think somebody went the wrong way on that one. So a loss of 2 for Jonah Smith. And we're under 3 minutes to go. And it is a 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. And Smith calls signals, drops it. And let's see if the Bruins have it, and they do.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Bruins.
And it looks like it was Luke Sullivan coming away with it, and he's making a mad dash over to the sidelines. And so, unfortunate end to that drive for the Tide, but a nice job of recovering that fumble by Luke Sullivan. And there were 2 just very, very difficult plays in a row. So the Bruins will have an opportunity to really just lock this one out with 2:39 remaining. And if they don't put the ball in the air, and I seriously doubt that they will, they can probably run this one down to at least about 39 seconds. So you can expect this is just going to be a series of runs as they will, unless somebody breaks away and scores a touchdown and makes it a 42-13 finish for the Bruins as Creech is back over in the shotgun. And the official is coming over, and it looks like there may be another illegal procedure. 120 yards in penalties tonight for the Bruins. They've been penalized 15 times. 1st and 15. And here goes Jackson Pugh, and he is, if he can keep his balance, he's gone. They'll never catch him. 10, 5. The fish are biting well tonight, and he just caught another one.
Pugh in for the touchdown for the Bruins.
Jackson Pugh takes it all the way 60 yards. (48-13). Well, I said unless somebody breaks away with one, and well, they just in fact did. And Jackson Pugh has had 2 long ones tonight, a 45-yarder and a 60-yarder for a touchdown. And here is Hutchison in for the extra point. And it's good, 49-13. Let's take a break, and we'll be back for the final 2.5 minutes.
Hey Jackson, Chuck Hutton, Tennessee's trusted name in automotive excellence, is proud to announce the grand opening of Chuck Hutton Nissan, now open at the I-40 and 45 bypass right in the heart of Jackson. Come see why Chuck Hutton has been the go-to destination for car buyers in Memphis for over 100 years. Now we're bringing that same dedication and experience to Jackson. Come experience the Chuck Hutton difference for yourself. Chuck Hutton Nissan will have you saying, "I'm going to Jackson."
We would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting this broadcast. Jeremy Little, Shelter Insurance, 189 West University Parkway, Suite A, Jackson. Snyder Equipment, 1311 Lower Brownsville Road, Exit 74 on I-40.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Well, it has been a night of explosive plays for the Bruins. Their shortest touchdown was 19 yards by Noah Spencer, but 45, 60, 67, 64, 69, and 60. What a night it has been for the Bruins offense. They have really shown their fans something, and here goes the kick. And this is a deep scooter that's going to go back into the end zone. That was one of those line drives that you better be careful not to touch it because you may be giving it up again. So the Tide will take over at the 20 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. And it'll be interesting to total up the final stats. Pugh has turned out to be the leading rusher in the game because Noah Spencer has not really played except a couple of plays early in the second half. And Jackson Pugh tonight, 9 carries, 158 yards, and 2 big touchdowns. And here goes the handoff, and he's going up the middle. He's gone. I don't believe he's in that secondary, and there is no way anybody is going to catch him, so we have fireworks to wind this one.
Touchdown.
And how about that one for the Tide? 1-play drive. Michael Dunlap taking it 80 yards. And he just got into the secondary, and nobody could pick him up. They're going to come away tonight with some fairly significant offensive totals. Extra point is up and good.
The kick is good.
So it's 49-20. So we'll take another timeout, and we've got 1:19 to wind it up. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, a family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should be more than just a place to store your money. Our Foundation Benefits with High Interest checking account pays you interest, but also includes identity theft monitoring, cell phone protection, and roadside assistance. Start a financial conversation with us today by visiting our website, foundationbank.org, or call us on the number on your screen. In the meantime, God bless you.
Terms and conditions apply. Foundation Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
So we've had fireworks here at the end. 49-20 as each team has put together long runs. After Pugh's 60-yard run, we came back with Dunlap with an 80-yard run for the Tide, the biggest play of the evening for them. So it's 49-20 as we come to the closing moments of this one. And that's a nice spinning kick taken at about, and a fumble. And it looks like the Tide may have it. And that spin really created a huge problem, and Ed Agnew comes up with the fumble.
Agnew on the recovery for the Tide.
So again, late, it is the Tide that is trying to turn it back into some kind of respectability after being down 49-13. So they'll have 72 seconds to try to drive it 23 yards. USJ has this one in the bank, but the Tide would like to take a little bit of money out of it. And here goes the handoff going around right end. And you got a couple of Bruins who are smashing him down.
Cannon on the carry, gain of about 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Tide.
Cannon with 8. But they are not going to go hurry up at this point in time. We're under a minute to go. They'll probably have an opportunity to get one more play off going at this pace. And they're trying to avoid being down at this stage, trying to avoid getting anybody injured at this point. 2 men in the backfield, and that's where they're going again. One missed tackle, and they are going to knife him down at about the 7.
On the carry, it's good enough for a security bank first down.
So Cannon down to about the 8-yard line, 28 seconds left. Now the question is, are they going to try to score one more play here? And you got Smith coming in with the play off the bench. They're going to have to hurry to get this one off and get everybody in position. And they have snapped him down at about the 8 for a loss of 1.
On the carry, tackle for no gain. Your final score.
And that is it.
Peabody 20.
The Bruins have taken the first one of the season in decisive fashion, 49-20. So let's take a quick 60-second break, and we'll be back with the final statistics. Stay with us, everybody, for the postgame show.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first, then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Hi, I'm Cody Fitz with Fitzscapes. Our business's focus is on building your dream yard at your dream home. When designing our backyards, we always like to start with our pool and patio areas first, then we complement that with the landscaping, and we finish with the lawn for all of the outdoor entertaining needs. After installation is complete, we provide annual maintenance for all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Fitzscapes, let's build something beautiful.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Well, Billy Boylan almost caught me singing the alma mater. It was the tune to my alma mater of my high school, but I stopped before they came back to us out of the commercial. What a night it was for the Bruins to take it 49-20, and they dominated the action. Let's take a look at your replay of some of the key action of the second half. And
buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV.
And here we go. And this was the first one of the second half. And that was the big run that was by Jackson Pugh, 45 yards. That made it 42-6. Now look at this one. Jackson once again, he breaks beyond the secondary, 60 yards for a touchdown. Hutchinson came in for the kick. Now here you go once again, and this was one trying to come back on the comeback trail, and it was a 10-yard run by Haynes. Now look at this one. This is where you had a big play that came on the part of Mills Terry. And he scored that one. Here goes another one. And they're going for the big bomb once again. And look at this. He is 7 yards behind the defender. And once again, it was a big one for Noah Spencer, who had 3 touchdowns on the night. Look at this one as Noah tries to knife his way through everybody, gets himself in the end zone for another touchdown. It was another one of his 3 that he had on the evening. And they had the strong running attack again going tonight. Look at this. Just powering his way through all the way down to the touchdown. And this was late in the game. As you see, he got behind the secondary. And, you know, you had Haynes, Wilkins, and Dunlap who all came through with touchdowns, and the Bruins with it 49-20. Let's take a look at your closing statistics, and we'll give you an idea of how these two teams stacked up tonight. So our stats look like this, and first downs were rather close. With a game like this, you wonder why that is, but that's because the Bruins had a grand total of 5 drives in which they scored in only 1 play. That was it. 13-12 the edge in first downs passing. The Bruins did not have to rely on passing a lot, although you had 2 touchdown passes thrown in the first half by Corbin Howard. 4 out of 9. Corbin was 4 out of 8 for 184 yards, and they never could open it up on the other side for the Tide. They were 2 out of 9 for 80 yards, but look at the rushing that you had tonight. The Bruins 21 times for 350 yards, and you do the math on that. That is an average of 10.67 yards per play. Well, actually more than that. You're looking at nearly 17 yards a play for the Bruins, and so that was marvelous running attack. The plays were blended perfectly, 534 yards in total offense. The Tide just sticking to that wing tee, 51 times they carried it for 301 yards. An impressive night in most circles, 6 yards per carry, but just not enough against this power that the Bruins brought in here tonight. Return yards they were not really a big factor tonight because the Bruins actually only returned the ball 3 times. That's the way it was tonight. They didn't have to get many kickoffs tonight, so that was the big factor where that was concerned. Punting, the Bruins punted it twice for 40 yards. That was a good one. For the Tide, 3 punts for just short of 32 yards. Penalties was the big problem for the Bruins tonight. They were penalized 15 times for 120 yards, and the Tide penalized 4 times for 35. So I know that's a category that Derek Pritchard is definitely going to want to work on. Now, before we wrap it up tonight, let me just tell you the individual stats, and they were huge for the Bruins. I will tell you that the leader in rushing for the Tide was Dunlap because he came in and had a couple of long runs late in the game. He had 2 carries for 89 yards. So I think he would get the title as far as the average per carry tonight. But look over here on the side for the balanced attack from the Bruins. This was just amazing. Jackson Pugh came in and did a tremendous job. He had 9 carries for 158 yards, scored 2 touchdowns, one on a 45-yard run, one on a 60 that you just saw in our replay. And for Noah Spencer, he played almost none of the second half except a little bit on defense. He had in the game 5 carries for 128 yards. Noah scored 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, one a 64-yard run, one a 19-yard run, and then he caught a 60-yard pass, and he was so far behind everybody, he just waved goodbye to them. And the extra points, all good tonight for the Bruins, 7 for 7 from the kicking game. And so they took it 49-20 in what was just a dominant performance, much more so than what we saw last year when it was a defensive battle and the Bruins won it by 1 touchdown. But tonight they took it home in high style, and they're going to take it home, and everybody's going to have a big celebration over at Bruin headquarters tonight, 49-20. And that wraps it up here tonight from Trenton, Tennessee. Let me tell you the folks who made this possible for us tonight. The executive producer of Worthy Road Studios is Paul Schultze, and the game telecast directed by Billy Bolin, number 2. Cameras by Paul Schultze and by Ethan Huggins. And our replay was Christian Lockhart. The game producer was Christopher Reasons. And, of course, our meteorologist tonight was the one and only Christian Bryson. And I'm Steve Beverly, your play-by-play announcer, and we'll see you again next Friday night when we're at Union City and the Bruins take their talents there. And until we're with you then, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Steve Beverly saying so long from Trenton, Tennessee.
Award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.